My parents decided to have a sixth kid, knowing they couldn't afford it, and they expected us to give up our college fund to provide for them. I am my parents' second child. I have 3 brothers and a sister. We grew up poor, and our parents were often dependent on financial help from relatives and friends for raising us. This is because even though my dad has a mediocre job and my mom doesn't work, they just kept on popping out one kid after another. My parents are very religious and believe that children are a gift from God. Personally, I think that's total BS. My parents' reproductive choices wouldn't bother me if it hadn't caused mine and my siblings' lives to turn to poop. While growing up, we never had new clothes or toys. We had to accept handouts from family members who were better off. We never went out or did anything fun. To top it off, we were well aware that the rest of the family looked down on us for constantly asking for handouts. Now, my older brother and I have managed to get into good colleges and are looking forward to a future that will be better than our parents' lives. He and I were staying at our parents' place for a while due to the virus lockdown. One morning, my parents called all 5 of us into the living room. Mom said she had great news. The smile that was forming on my face died a quick death when she said, "We're pregnant." I lost my temper. I asked them how they could be so stupid and irresponsible. Do they not have enough financial troubles already that they have to bring in another mouth to feed? My older brother tried to calm me down, but I was livid. After a lifetime of scarcity because of my parents' stupidity, they still hadn't learned their lesson. I asked them how they planned to provide for the kid. My dad told me I would have to give up the money our great uncle had left me. He had left all 5 of us some money which only we could access when we turned 18. I said, "Hell no, that money would help pay for my college expenses." He called me selfish for not being there for my family. I told them if they couldn't provide for the kid, they should get in baby garbage. My mom started crying and called me a heartless monster. Dad told me he was disgusted with me. I told them there was no way I would pay for their stupidity, and the only thing I would be willing to pay for is a termination. What I was really worried about was my siblings' lives getting even worse. My older brother and I have escaped our parents' clutches, but the others, especially my younger sister, will be expected to help take care of this baby. No teenager deserves to have their adolescence ruined by diapers and a screaming baby. I know what it's like, as I had to endure that. I was expected to be an unpaid nanny to my younger brothers and sisters. My older brother could go out with his friends and have fun, but I had to stay home, help give baths, and feed the toddlers. I decided to involve some family members so they could talk some sense into my parents. I called my mom's maternal cousin. She's one of my favorite people. When I told her that mom and dad were having another kid, she said, "What, again?" I told her everything and how they expected me to hand over my inheritance. She said she would speak to my parents and told me not to sign over anything. I promised her I wouldn't. I also called 2 of my first cousins, one of whom is an accountant, so she could explain to my parents.
You can now check if there is a part 2 by pressing share and more.